Alright, here we go. Beta 4 is here. Let me just get set up real quick. Get some stuff out of the way. I was about to make another video when this rolled out. Alright, let me just get the camera all fired up here. Got my iPhone 13 mini here, my 14 Pro. Alright. Go ahead and get this show on the road. As you guys know, I do a live installs of the betas, and then after that we go through and we look. Alright, I just got the notification that it is out, but it's not showing up for me just quite yet. Let me see, I'm going to have to plug in my 14 Pro. Go ahead and get that plugged in. We'll go ahead and get the Mac here fired up and ready to go. Transfer my keyboard and mouse over. Alright, let's see here what we got. Do the old double cam there. Alright, let me check, make sure I wasn't going crazy. But I know this just rolled out. Alright, still showing beta 3 on there, but beta 4 definitely just hit. I got it on the Discord here. Looks like I think tvOS. No, it's still showing beta 3 too. Let's see. Yep. Okay, beta 4 is indeed out. So I'm just waiting on it to pop up on my end. No, it is out. It's already out, Richard. It just doesn't roll out to everybody at the exact same moment, so I'm just waiting on it to pop up on my end. I think yeah. Let me just take this case off here. Actually, no, there's charging. I got half an OtterBox on my 14. So yep, it's out. People are getting it already. It's just not rolled out on my end yet. There we go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and update now. Get the password in. I'm just going to have this one off to the side here. It's currently charging. Alright, let me check the Mac again. Yep, looks like the Mac is gonna pop up too. Yep, there we go. Update now. Get that going. Alright, anybody else updating yet? Anybody get it popped up on theirs? If anybody gets it installed before me, let me know. Any features changes, we'll go over them. Sure, if you hear noise in the background, I was about to eat lunch when I came up and this had rolled out, so. And once again, I forgot to look at see how big the update was, but if anybody catches that, let me know. Anybody see my video on the Nothing phone? I'm about to have another, that's the video I was about to make. That phone has been quite the experience, and not the good one. And not a good one. I am returning that phone. Terrible customer service. You have to email customer service. Like here, I'll show you. This is the process I've been through so far. You go to support, down here, return request, repair, replace. So, click this, sign in. Oh, don't have an RMA number yet? You gotta contact support. So, fill this out. You know, order number, IMEI, all your info. And the first email I get from Nothing Support asking for my invoice, asking for my IMEI number, and all that, even though I had to fill that out to start the return request. So I'm like, okay. So I give it to him again. 2 days later, or sorry, a day later, they tell me my phone is within the 30 days. No shit, it came out 3 days ago. So I was like, okay, yep, I want to return it. 2 days later, they give me an RMA number. So then you have to take the RMA number. I'm not going to do that part because it's probably still filled out, but you have to take the RMA number. After you've told support what's wrong, your IMEI, send them pictures, all this stuff, you take the RMA number and you have to go on there and fill out what's wrong, send pictures, upload your invoice, everything you just did in step 1 and 2, you have to take the RMA number and do it again. Every other company, you get an RMA number and they send you a label, or you get your own label and you send it back, you're done. Nope, here you have to go through the process, talk to support, get an RMA number, and then with the RMA number, you have to go through the exact same process again. Like, what? Absolutely terrible service. And all the people with shipping delays, it said they'd get their phone, within 3 to 5 days. They use this cheap shipping partner in New Jersey who literally just holds onto the phone for 3 to 5 days in La La Land, and then you finally start getting updates. And nothing's just like, yeah, we had a lot of blah, blah, blah. Like, we're sorry your order's late. Like, what? So, the ordering experience was sucky. I didn't have too many issues, but the whatever you want to call it, customer experience after the fact with warranty, because my phone did arrive damaged. I didn't just willy-nilly want to return it. That's, like, what started all of it was the fact that it arrived damaged. And then their community, I posted about it, and people were, like, trying to defend them for it arriving damaged. Like, oh, they're new, and all the shipping stuff. People are like, oh, yeah, it's new. No, it's not. They've been around for, like, 3 years now. Carl Pye, the co-founder, came from OnePlus, and he's using the same shitty shipping service in New Jersey that OnePlus still uses. So that's where he got all that from. He knows how bad they are. They've been doing this for years. It's just not, not a good experience. Let me change the camera battery real quick. Because it has died. So if anybody's thinking about getting a nothing phone, just stick with nothing. As in, don't get one. Unless you want to have to jump through hoops if you need something. Alright, we're back. Need to clean off my desk. Alright, we're almost there on the Mac. Alright, Mac is done. Go ahead and get that restarting. Alright, Mac is restarting. Hey Preston, how's it going? I was just I was ranting about my nothing phone while I waited on this to install. I think you commented on the nothing phone video, didn't you? Was that you that did? Yeah, you did. I see it now. Friggin', I'm returning the nothing phone. Their customer service is trash. Yeah, Tuesday release. I think they're doing that because they had the 2 weeks ago they did that re-release on Tuesday, so now they're doing everything on Tuesday. I was figuring they were gonna move it to a Tuesday release. What happened to the camera now? Yeah, I was figuring they were gonna move it to a Tuesday release when they did that. Usually they try to get it back to Tuesday after a little bit. But yeah, I know you commented on my nothing phone video, so I'm gonna do a video update on this, but I'm returning it. The whole process, like the damage it arrived with, the whole process with that, like, so customer service, like I emailed them, I filled out their support form online, filled out all the information there, and then the first email I get was them asking for the information again, which was annoying because then I just had to wait again after giving them the same information I already did to start it in the first place. So then I wait another 2 days, or wait another day, and they tell me, oh, it's within 30 days, so you can, get a return or a replacement. I was like, yeah, no duh. The phone came out 3 days ago. So, 2 days later, they send me an RMA number, and then you have to take the RMA number, and instead of just using that to, like return it like every other company, you have to go back to their website, take the RMA number, fill out another form that asks yet again the same information, ask for your invoice, ask for the problem description that you already gave to support when they emailed you, upload a picture there, and then you have to wait 2 to 3 more days for them to look at that and send a label. So I was like, no, it's just, I'm returning the phone. Like, their whole community, like, they have a community Discord. All the people on there, like, there are people having shipping problems left and right. Like, 3 days later, they pre-ordered, and the people that pre-ordered still don't have their phones. And I ordered on the 18th, and I got mine on Saturday. And then there's people complaining about that. And then I posted about the damage, and people in there are trying to defend nothing for their shipping and the damage, and like all the fanboys and everything. Like, how dare you say something, your product came damaged? That's not possible. And they're trying to defend the customer service. Oh, that's just how it works. No, I've never had to get an RMA number to then request the return after I got the RMA number. Like, RMA literally stands for Return Material Authorization. Like, you get that and you're authorized to return it. It's not you get the number and have to fill out another form describing all your issues again. But anyway, I'm not trying to rant about that over and over again here in the iOS video, but I am going to make a dedicated video about my experience with nothing, which has been nothing but trouble. I was waiting for that other guy. I forget what his username was, but he found some good stuff on beta 3, beta 2 or 3. I forget which one it was, but I don't see him in here yet. I usually schedule these and start just before, but I was kind of not paying attention to the fact that it was probably going to come out on Tuesday. Yep. Apple. I've had to do some Apple warranty stuff about 3 times. An issue I had with an and iPad. My mom's MacBook Pro was one of the ones that was part of the keyboard replacement, because it was a 2016 MacBook Pro with the keyboard issue, and I sent that, like, so I requested the whatever. It wasn't like a warranty thing, because it was like an extended repair program type deal. I don't know why the camera keeps turning off. It was like an extended repair program. So I get the thing, whatever. They send the label. Looks like the iPhone's restarting. They send the label. I send it in. Everything's done overnight. So I overnighted it there. The same day it got there, they repaired it and sent it back, and I got it back the next day. And then same thing with my iPad. I don't think my iPad was actually physically broken, but it was something with a beta a while ago. It was like 2 or 3 years ago with an iPad Pro. The beta messed up like the charging on the USB-C. So I sent it in, and they sent a replacement out the same day, and I got it the next day. So it's pretty good. I know you all say stick with Apple. I'm actually not using my iPhones right now. I'm actually using my my S23 Ultra after I switched back from the Nothing. Another annoying thing about the Nothing is it doesn't have eSIM. So like if I want to use my 14 Pro, I have to basically burn the SIM. Like I can't, once you deactivate a SIM, you can't reactivate it. So I would have to actually get another SIM, if I wanted to do that. Like this one has a SIM slot because it's 13 mini, but and then so does this one. But this one I would have to get a new one every time. Did this one finish yet? I don't know if it restarted or not. No, it's still doing it. So that's another reason that I decided, I would have gotten if the issues weren't if they didn't overcomplicate the process, I would have just gotten a return, or a replacement, and it would have been cool, because it's a cool phone, but it's not dealing with this plus, it's $700 cool. The in-hand feels kind of like, it reminds me of like when I got like a $300 Moto G to try Android for the first time, is what it reminds me of. So I was just like, no, not worth it. I'm gonna see. Damn, unpack tomorrow's like 7 a.m. my time here in the U.S. I just noticed my Mac didn't connect to Wi-Fi when I turned back on. Or it did, but okay, no, there it goes. Yeah, the refurbished stuff's pretty good. Both these iPhones are refurbished, but they're I got them from Amazon renewed. Well, this one I don't think was refurbished. This one I don't think was ever activated, because it doesn't have a purchase date on the Apple website, and the battery cycles are super low, and also it's still too dead to update. So we're gonna have to wait on that. I got MagSafe charging, so it's taking a minute. But the iPhone 13 mini, I really like this phone, but the battery life on it's not, not the greatest. But if you get a mini, definitely pick up one of these. All right, the Mac's back. So I don't really. There's not been too much in macOS beta wise with new features. I'll sign into Feedback Assistant and see if they've posted any changelogs yet, which they have not. I didn't see the changelogs for what came out yesterday. Oh no, it is updated. That's 13.5 and 15.7.8. So no changelogs yet. They've been really late on the changelogs. like one day the changelogs didn't come out for like 4 hours. Alright, the mini's back in action. Alright. Alright, so right off the bat, let's see. Right off the bat, everything's looking about the same. Did that change back? Okay, so we used to have one change I see already is the photos icon and messages used to show your most recent photo, and now it's back to showing just the little photos icon. I kind of liked it when it showed the most recent photo. I mean, it was too small to really see anything, but like it was still cool that it was like dynamic. So let me see before this one updates. Yeah, so you can see here on photos, it is showing the last photo in the gallery, but then on this one, it shows the photos icon. I'm actually going to leave this on beta 3 while we do this, just so we can compare. That's kind of weird. The TV. TVs are so smart now, you gotta reboot them, they don't working right again. I remember back a long time ago I had a tube TV. It would, back when you just had cable and it wasn't digital, and you'd get that snow on the screen. You used to have a TV that would do that, and you'd stomp on the floor, and it would fix it. So yeah, right here, right off the bat, between, this is beta 4 over here, beta 3 on the right, with the 14 Pro. You can see here on beta 3, the photos optional messages has the dynamic changing little icon. It changes to whatever the last photo is in your gallery. On beta 4, it's back to just being the regular, photos icon. So that's one change so far. Anybody else gotten it installed yet? I'm just looking here. Do the required new wallpaper check. Not that I expect there to be any, but so it still does that thing where the screen, when you load it for the first time, it loads really slow, like just bloop 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 all over. See, right, like just like that. We're still waiting on that one. See how like slow that is loading in? I know that has been a bug report, and there's a lot of people that have reported that. Still waiting. Still waiting. Still hasn't loaded. Still hasn't loaded. Nope, still nothing. Hello? Alright, there it goes. So yeah, that's one of the things that's been reported in a few betas as well, is that those are really slow to load in. We got the Mac, got the iPhone. I'm not gonna do the Apple Watch right now just because I gotta plug that in and all that kind of stuff. everything else is not really seeing too much else that's new or changed right off the bat. It's hard to stream and go, detail it at the same time. That's why I like streaming, because everybody can kind of look. Everybody can look at the same time, and we can all collaborate on what's new. It was 1.27 gigs on a 13 Pro Max. So there's a lot of something in there. Nothing. I'm not seeing anything new yet on. Just checking the Mac Rumors post about it. See if anybody posts anything significant there. So yeah, it's a pretty big update. Anybody here that's just joining, how you guys running the beta? If anybody's running the beta, let me know. Especially if you're running the beta and you updated. Always looking for people to let me know what they find. Let me see if the call log has the weird... Okay, no, they fixed that. The call log used to have a weird like amount of spacing between the calls. So they fixed that, so I think they actually fixed that in beta 3. But anybody joining, let me know if you find anything new, if you install it. So far, the only change that I see after looking for like 30 seconds is the fact that on beta 4, the messages photo icon is the actual photo icon now, and not the last photo in your gallery. So I don't know why they changed that back, but it used to show the last photo, and now it just shows the actual photo icon. I kind of like this. I like this one better because it changed, with whether a photo is there, and it wasn't the same all the time. This is beta 3 right here, and this is beta 4 over here. So that is a little comparison there. If anybody else thinks they see a change, I do have beta 3 and beta 4 right now, so I can compare them if you want me to. Just let me know. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button. We do these streams every beta release where we install them live when they come out, so we can all look together and find any new features and changes. This is a pretty big update, but I think it was probably going to be mostly a bug fix update. There were some bugs that had been rolling since beta 1. So hopefully they got a lot of those fixed. Let me see if the keyboard... Looks like the keyboard is a lot smoother to come up, and the text box isn't going away, so that's good. That was a pretty big bug. Was that the text box was the text box was getting covered up, and you'd have to hit like return or back out and go back in to get the box to come back. So it looks like they fixed that. I'm just going to do an update of all my apps real quick too, make sure everything's working good there. Let's see, I haven't used this iPhone in a minute, so it's got 30 app updates. Like I said, I've been using my Well, I was using the Nothing phone for a couple of days to check that out. Um, yeah, I downloaded beta 4. I have it on my 13 mini right here. I'm just messing around with it, seeing if I can find anything. The 14 Pro right here on the screen is still on beta 3, just so I can compare the two. I don't know if you were here a second ago, but the only thing I've seen so far, UI change wise, is on beta 4. The photos icon on messages is back to just the regular photos icon, as where on beta 3 it shows the last photo in your gallery for the icon. So that's the only thing I've noticed so far, change wise. But I'm just updating all my apps real quick on my 14 or my 13 mini, just to see if we have anything affected, any apps or anything like that. And then I also updated my Mac Mini to the beta as well, but again, nothing significant there that I see it right off the bat. Live voicemail in beta 3? Not that I know of. I don't make or get a lot of phone calls. I have used it. The only thing I've seen is it's kind of slow to start. But I also don't know what the person on the other end is doing, so I can't really tell. But it works. I've been able to read the voicemail as they leave it, so I can't say it doesn't work, but the phone is having to transcribe somebody else's voice, over the quality of a phone call, so I have to give it that. Does the I never paid attention to this. Does the 13 mini have live voicemail, or was that a feature of the um was that a feature of the 14 Pro only? I feel like some of this transcription stuff is a 14 Pro feature, and I didn't really pay attention to that. Okay, so no, that's not a bug. What that's doing is the other call you're seeing. So when you hit, like, so say you decline a call and you send it to voicemail, the other notification you're getting is because with the live voicemail, one of the features of it is you're still able to pick up the call. So if they are leaving the voicemail on the 14 Pro, you get the little thing up here next to the dynamic island. It looks like a little, just bubble that you can tap on. So you can tap that and you can go back to the live voicemail and you can see them leaving the voicemail. But then the reason it looks like it's making another call is because you can still enter into that call. So say they say something important or whatever and you need to pick it up, you can still do that. So that's what you're seeing with that. I thought when I first did it, I thought mine was glitching out too because it kept, I declined the call, and then the other, like, the thing would come up like there was another, like it was on a call almost, and I just wasn't on, like, how you, if you're on a phone call and you go back to the home screen, your phone call goes up here. I was like, why is it, like, I declined the call, why is it still there? And then I realized that so you can go to the live voicemail and you can still pick it up. I've been using Sonoma since beta 1, and this is the Mac Mini that I upload all my videos with, and I haven't had any issues with it. I actually need to update. I think there's an update for Final Cut. Yeah, there is. But yeah, I haven't had any issues with it. I don't really see many issues with these betas. The only times I've really had, like, significant, like, crashes and things didn't work at all and it was totally unusable is when we get a huge, like, UI change, like where there's a total redesign. That just, like, wrecks everything because, like, all the apps have to be totally re-optimized for it, all that kind of stuff. But just like these small, like, they add features that apps can kind of adapt over time. I really don't see any issues with, major issues with stuff like that. I've only had one crash in beta 1 through 3 out of all of them. And that, on the iPhone, not the Mac. So yeah, like no issues there at all. I'm not really having any battery life issues on iOS or iPadOS either. I know some people have, reported, it's kind of like a mixed bag, but for me, it's been pretty good. I'm still saying watchOS. The watchOS battery life sucks, but maybe that's because I went from an Apple Watch Ultra back to a Series 8, and the Apple Watch Ultra was like, a day, 2-day battery life watch, and the Series 8's not, but, it's probably a mix of the beta and going backwards on that. So there's that. I really don't have anything off the top of my head that stood out. Yeah, there's like some glitchy things on like the widgets and stuff like that. They've glitched out time to time. The Apple Watch does the weather widget sucks. I don't know, the weather widget is never. It always says loading weather. Even though if you tap into the weather app, the weather is there, so it has the connection. It knows the weather, but the widget's always stuck on loading weather. So hopefully they fix that on beta 4, because that's kind of been an ongoing thing in a couple betas. Let me see. Let me check here. For some reason, my beta updates on the watch turned off. Might be because I switched phones. Alright, so yeah, the Apple Watch beta is 545 megabytes. I'm going to actually go ahead and just start the install process of that, even though my Apple Watch is in the other room. Use Android too, so I have a question. iPhone 13 user, but sometimes it feels too slow. Also, its PWM is not good, so I want to buy Samsung S23. Is it a good decision? Let me know. So, I can't answer your PWM question because I doesn't affect me. I don't notice that. So I can't tell you on that one. Zolotech on YouTube, he's somebody that notices PWM and stuff like that. So you might check out some of his videos for your answer to that one. And it's hard to tell somebody whether they should switch or not, because I don't exactly know how you're using the phone, what you like, and when I switch, I can always just go back. So if I go to the S23 Ultra here and I like, oh, I don't like that, I can go back. If you're getting rid of your phone and switching to something, you can't go back, or you can't go back as easily. Safari over cellular network. Okay, I can do that. Let me update the 14 Pro real quick because I have my Mint SIM on here. I don't know. I've been using Chrome, so any of the Safari bugs I don't really know about. I still gotta wait for this to charge. I don't have a SIM card in the 13 mini right now, so I'll have to wait for the 14 Pro. But I'll let you know on that. Yeah. So I don't know which Samsung you're looking for exactly too. If you're coming from a regular 13, you could probably get an S23, S23 Plus. That would be the closest comparison to one another. But I use the Ultra, and my favorite feature about the Ultra is the S Pen. Like that's something that keeps me from switching away from the S23 Ultra. Is the S Pen. That's my number one favorite feature. And I really like, I don't use it a lot. I don't do a whole lot with it. But it's just satisfying that it's there and I can pull it out and use it when I want to. So if you're looking for something like that, definitely go with the Ultra. If you want a big phone and you don't mind spending the money, go with the Ultra. It's got the highest specs, out of everything, storage and RAM wise. Super smooth, super good battery life on the S23 Ultra. I can get I unplugged my phone at 2 in the morning and I didn't plug it back in, and it's at 68% right now. So I didn't even need to plug it back in. So yeah, I really like the S23 Ultra. I've got this D brand skin on the back of it right there. Looks pretty cool. I've actually been thinking about taking that off and just going back to the back of the phone. I have the green S23 Ultra, but it's been in this Samsung case, so it's whatever. Let's see. Is it currently not working for you on the 13 Pro on a cellular network? For the Safari? I'm using this off-name brand MagSafe charger through this OtterBox plastic, and it's not charging the quickest. Let me see if anybody else is saying anything about the update yet. In Safari, is it just Safari that's not working with data, or have you tried other apps yet? If anybody's updated yet, can you check Safari on data and see if it works and let him know? I'm waiting on my 14 Pro to charge because it's got my Mint SIM in there. Charge faster. You know, probably would charge faster after turning the screen off. Alright, I think my Apple Watch is plugged in the other room, so it'll update. Nothing new yet popping up from people on Mac rumors either, so like I said, I think this is probably going to be a bug fix update mostly, but we'll see. Gonna put this over here for a second. We will see what we get. Still no release notes yet, so I couldn't tell you if something's actually fixed or not. I'm just waiting on it. I gotta get this up to 20% before I can start the install. Has anybody else gotten their install done yet? I think Preston, he was in here a minute ago. I don't think he's here right now, but he said he was on his iPad that he was using for the beta, so I think he had to go leave the stream to install it if that's what he's doing. if anybody's on beta 4, can you check your Safari on mobile data and see if it has any issues loading? I wish they would release the release notes when they release the beta. People are still talking about the message box issue. Let me sit here and play with the messages for a minute and see. Yeah, I mean, I'm going in and out of messages and I haven't seen it pop back up yet. So I would say that might be fixed, hopefully. Because that used to happen like a lot. Me loading with the message, yeah, it's not, I mean, seems okay for now. So that is A+. Safari's working for your cellular? Yeah. I would try maybe restart or like airplane mode, turn it on and off. It would be weird that just one app wouldn't work over cellular. Alright, I got a couple things to do, so does anybody have any questions about this one before I go ahead and end it? I gotta go finish my lunch and go ahead and get the video made that I was gonna post today about Nothing Experience. I'm not seeing, like I said, I'm not seeing too many features or changes other than what I showed already. You know, obviously I'll look into it a little bit deeper and I'll show you guys in a full like follow-up video. As always, you know, in a day or two. Probably release that on like Thursday now that we're on Tuesday release. But as always, thank you guys for watching. If you are new here and you're not subscribed, please click that subscribe button. I'm going to be doing these every time a beta comes out. Every time there's a pretty big beta update, we'll be live streaming the install. That way we can take a look at it together after, and we can take a look at any features and changes before everybody gets it, and kind of be the first out there to see what is new in the new update. Tonight or tomorrow, I'm expecting One UI 6 Beta 1 to come out. So anybody who might want to pay attention to Samsung, I know somebody was just asking about the S23. I am going to be doing the S23 Ultra One UI 6 Beta. So if you're thinking about getting a Samsung, somebody who just asked that, maybe take a look at those streams and videos because you'll be able to see what is coming next software-wise to Samsung. So I expect that later tonight or tomorrow. The Samsung Unpacked event is at 7 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. So we should hopefully get that beta. Usually they release their betas whenever, but it looks like for whatever reason they are waiting for the Unpacked event this time. So maybe we have something big coming. Not too sure, but we shall see tomorrow. I'm not going to be up at 7 a.m. doing a live stream for Unpacked, so I'll probably still be sleeping and have to, you know, catch up on it after. So no coverage on that here, too early. But I will be covering the beta and everything like that sometime whenever it comes out. Like I said, I don't know if it's coming out today or tomorrow, or if either one, but whatever it decides to do, we will be covering it. So make sure you click that subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching and have a great day.